Well, there are approximately 30 million security systems installed across North America in homes and businesses, and about 2 million new devices installed every year. And there's been a lot of success in professional security dealers making that happen. But the consumers are changing their mindset in terms of what their expectations are for connected devices. How are professional dealers going to compete in this new world where consumers are installing their own connected thermostats, lighting systems, automation devices, and increasingly installing their own security and life safety systems? Introducing the Alula Slimline Touchpad. The Slimline Touchpad is a device that can be either wall or table mounted. It's mounted at a viewing angle that's optimized for the average height person, and it unifies the world of security, automation, and even video in this new connected IoT space. So what's unique about this? It is a sleek, modern design. It is a 7-inch touchscreen. It comes in both black and white models, and it has a customizable dashboard, and each unit can be customized so that you can have it operate the way you want. It provides voice feedback and a unified control of security, automation, and video on this 7-inch color display. It can be updated remotely and automatically, so the consumer doesn't even have to push a button and the professional dealer doesn't have to roll a truck. Most importantly, this device can operate with the systems that dealers have been installing for the past 2 to 3 decades. So this keypad can join almost any Honeywell, DSC, NAPCO, NX, Concord, or our own Alula security system and provide the same user interface that you would get in a remote application. It leverages the wires that already exist in the wall, and it can then add features and capabilities that I described even if they didn't exist on a security system installed 10, 15, or 20 years ago. So you can add cameras, automation devices, and customize the dashboard so that it presents that in a meaningful way to consumers. Leveraging the existing wires, leveraging the existing mounting locations brings the world of connected devices to the consumer's fingertips, whether they're remote or in their own property. Adding the ability to bring voice feedback and controls that are expected in today's consumer electronics world helps the professional dealers remain competitive and bring their knowledge and expertise to their customers and help retain them for a longer period of time. And the fact that these can be remotely managed and updated with new features coming out every day, every year, every month, every quarter allows these products to remain relevant and reduce attrition for dealers.
That's 3 minutes, Dave.
Okay, so I will open that up then for questions.
Robert, we can't hear you.
Thanks, Steve. Couple quick questions to get in front of my other sharks here. How's it hook into the legacy system? What's it cost? And we'll start with those two.
Okay, so this is this product is available for under $100. Typical dealer pricing is about $80. It connects up over a Wi-Fi link, and so in most cases we have a bus-connected Wi-Fi controller that hooks up to the keypad bus. It exposes all of the zone and control information off the key bus. This device will then connect over Wi-Fi to our bus-connected device and allow control of all of those security systems. In our bus-connected device, we have a Z-Wave card that we can add in to do automation controls, and then the entire system will connect up to our Alula Interactive Cloud platform, where we have other cloud integrations for control, and all of that can then be made available through the Slimline Touchpad. Those same controls are then available through our own interactive app on the smartphone as well, with a consistent user interface.
Okay.
Dave, as a follow-up, I might have missed it. Is it dual path or not?
Well, this device itself is not providing a path to the cloud. That's through our communicator that's connected up on the keypad bus, and that is really triple path. That's Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and cellular. So this will have a supervised cellular or a supervised Wi-Fi link to our communicator. It's got its own built-in battery backup. So it is battery backed. It has wall tamper and tamper removal features built into it. And then we've integrated our own little power supply, which I'll try and show on the back, where we have actually a terminal block where you can take the power wires from any existing keypad. You can remove an ugly yellow traditional keypad, power it right off of those devices, or we have a barrel connector for table mount. And this is a nice natural table mount with rubber pads so it doesn't move as you're operating it. And again, providing it at a good viewing angle for typical counter use.
So the $80 includes the touchscreen plus the key bus that has the cell card in it as well?
No, the $80 is for the touchpad itself. And if it's connected up to our own panel, that's an $80 adder onto a security system. Otherwise, there's a communicator that's another $90 that's added in. So for $170, you can modernize a security system with then cellular and broadband connectivity for that.
I was looking at it as more of a 3G takeover, update the entire system without losing the system. So that's about $170, you said?
Right.
Okay.
You mentioned Honeywell DSC and a couple others. I didn't hear you mention arguably recently the two most prominent install base 2 gig and Qualsys.
Yeah, 2 gig and Qualsys being self-contained panels, they have their touchscreen built in. This is not an adder for those devices. This is more of the traditional metal can solutions. And then we have our own wireless platform in Connect Plus. This also is compatible with. It's auto configuring as well in terms of determining the arming levels that exist on any panel. The user interface will reflect all of those. And then each dashboard can be customized. And if you put it in a bedroom, you can turn off backlighting, turn off the voice enunciation, and turn off features that would be annoying in those types of locations.
I was going to ask, well, you mentioned the customization. What's the range of customization that's available?
So on any given dashboard, there's a favorites button, which allows you to pick the security zones, automation devices, the cameras, and other things that you want to show up on your main dashboard. There's also levels of configuration for if it's in a commercial application, putting in a commercial mode where it won't show any zone information, where it will require passcodes before you can take any control of devices. So there's another layer of settings behind that as well. And then again, with remote firmware upgrades, it will check in every day. If there's any new features or capabilities, this is an Android tablet. It has a camera on it. We haven't utilized the camera yet. We'll start to add those features. All those are automatically downloaded and available to the customers if the dealers choose to download those. So they can retain kind of a current level of functionality. And as we expand the devices that we can discover being on the local network, we can expose those and make those available on the dashboard as well. And that's kind of the roadmap we're working on.
What about the branding? Is there any customization for that?
Great question. We are bringing dealer branding. Our partners branding is the most important. So they'll be able to load their logo, primary and secondary color scheme, and all that will be loaded into the touchpad. That'll be rolling out here this quarter.
Dave, this was released when?
We released the Slimline, it would have been about November is when it was first launched in the market.
So in roughly, what is that? Call it 9 months, 10 months. What kind of volume have you pushed?
We're probably at 25,000.
Are you happy with that?
Oh, it's growing every day, and I think we're starting to see the adoption pick up. I think as we lean in on the sunset, we have a number of our partners who are leveraging this instead of just, hey, I have to go replace your cell radio. While I'm out here, I can add this touchscreen, and they're using, let's sell the touchscreen for $170 and basically pay for the cost of their sunset service. So they're using it as an upgrade feature, and then they can add new features like video, having a doorbell camera show up here, and we've got doorbell chime capabilities built into it. It automatically pops up the window if somebody's at your front door, or any camera for that matter. Those features really help kind of lean in on the sunset updates.
As a reminder, this is the Shark Tank. So, what will you consider to be product success when you look back and say, this was phenomenally successful, or, well, we tried?
You know, we're moving to drive, we're currently at about 300,000 connected devices at Alula. We're pushing over the next 18 months to get over 1 million connected devices. I would say, you know, 75% of the systems we're putting in should have a touchpad, a Slimline Touchpad installed with them. So as we lean in on the sunset, I want to get over 1 million devices, and I want to have the bulk of those have this interface and video. Those two pieces have a big future in terms of capabilities that are going to help reduce attrition and bring value to our partners. And I want to see a heavy adoption of that rolling forward. And we'll be coming out with additional models then, you know, larger formats and you know, better voice feedback, and all of those things will be brought to market, which should increase the adoption rate dramatically.
Is there any difference between having your back-end system versus a Power Series or you know, a Vista panel?
Our biggest competitors on the interactive side are really Residio with their Total Connect and Alarm.com. What we really like about this and the feedback we get is the consistent user interface. Our app and the Slimline Touchpad have the exact same user interface. That reduces training and service calls. And then bringing the branding forward, as your question is really key. So those are the differentiators that we see versus the other interactives in the market. And
I mean, if you have like two neighbors that both have your touchpads, but one has the Alula brain, the whole system is all Alula, versus the next door neighbor is an older Power Series panel that you've just added the touchpad to. Is there any difference in the experience that is there anything I'm not going to get
in all cases?
Takeover?
If you're adding this to an existing system, you're getting the Alula Interactive as well, but you're replacing basically the yellowed keypad with the touchscreen as opposed to anything else. So experience is the same, branding would be different, but it does presume that you're moving to the Alula Interactive platform from a cloud basis.
Right. What does that cost?
It varies depending on how you connect up, but broadband only connected, you can get in the, I'd call it $3 to $8 range, depending on per month to the dealer, depending on how you have it configured and if you have video added, et cetera.
Right. Thanks.
1 minute remaining.
Can you hold that up again so we get a last look at it?
I've got
hard to do in a Zoom environment. Yeah, let's see the screen. Yeah, boy, it's hard. It's really hard on using a camera.
All right, there's.
Okay, thank you. That's
and then you can kind of swipe between screens here, and you can go to a variety of other different modes down on the bottom.
Okay.
It's relying on the Wi-Fi to work.
It has its own dedicated Wi-Fi, which is bus connected and battery backed as part of the security system. If you add video, you connect up to the home Wi-Fi in some cases, but in most cases we can pass that right through our own battery backed Wi-Fi network.